Up close and unplugged. 95 WIIL Rock's national award-winning Studio East, where rock bands get intimate and strip it down acoustically. You can stream live video of WIIL Rock Studio East performances at 95willrock.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Army, GoArmy.com, and Kraut Music Fest in Franksville, June 8th through the 10th. Now, let's go live to the 95 WIIL Rock Studio East.
Welcome, everybody, to Studio East. Happy Mother's Day. We have Bad Wolves in studio for us today, and also we've got Tommy's mom FaceTime in here, so happy Mother's Day to her.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
They are fresh off the stage from the rave last night, hanging out with Five Finger, so thank you guys for making time for coming on this rare Sunday edition of Studio East.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We were supposed to be here yesterday, and unfortunately our tour bus broke down.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Exactly, 100% better late than never. Now, I was kind of talking to you, Tommy, beforehand, and I want to go back a little bit. People might say, wow, they just came onto the scene in 2017. Look at all of the success they had, but there's a few years that were leading up to that 2017. What was going on during that time?
Well, I mean, John started the band. We're all from different bands. Doc's the founding guitar player of God Forbid. I've been in bands called Divine Heresy, Snot. I did a band called Westfield Massacre. I did a band called Vexed. Chris played in Bury Your Dead, and John is from Devil Driver. So when John left Devil Driver, I think around 2015, he started recording music. And in around 2016, he was managing one of my projects. And we all have known each other a really long time. And he sent me a song because I Learn to Live wasn't supposed to be on John's record. And I asked him for some music for a licensing opportunity for a car commercial that wanted a heavy metal song. And so I recorded the song and sent it back to him. And then he's like, I think we should be in a band together.
Isn't it crazy how that just kind of happens? Like, hey, dude, we should just all have a band together. Now look at you.
Here we are.
Bustin' records. Your debut album just came out Friday. If you guys haven't listened to it yet, absolutely amazing. I was cranking it on Friday all day long. It's so good. And it's not what you would expect if you hear the word metalcore. Like, you guys have been tagged like extreme metal and metalcore.
Yeah,
and it was something a little bit different. Talk about making that album.
I mean, I think that all of us have been. I think we got tagged with metalcore because our previous bands were called metalcore, but I don't really think. I think that all of us kind of endeavored to create something greater than the sum of its parts, And I think that in the past, I know that I was frustrated in bands that I was in because I wasn't able to express myself with the amount of diversity that this band has. And so working with these guys who all are inspired by bands from Faith No More to the Beatles, to Fiona Apple, to Busta Rhymes, to Metallica.
I was just about to say Busta Rhymes. I saw that. Lana Del Rey, I saw that too.
And so we don't have any rules of like what we're not going to do. And that's kind of what happened.
Well, I definitely want to get into the story about Zombie, but right now I want you guys, if you would, for us, to go ahead and sing a song.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, what's up first for us?
We're going to play a song called Hear Me Now.
It's my favorite one off the album.
Okay. And we actually did a remix version with a singer, Diamante, who's on tour with us as well.
We don't know where she is.
We don't know where. Yeah, we thought she was coming here.
I just have to beat Diamante, so less pretty, but
not as
I think it'll work
attractive,
out fine.
but a different demographic of attractive. You know what I mean?
Let's go ahead and listen to Hear Me Now. It is Bad Wolves in Studio East.
Toast to the stars. just wanna be something. I never knew what it took to want. I don't wanna live for nothing, just wanna be something. I never knew we'd be more than friends. So come let me up. Can you hear me now? Come let me up. I have a black way out. Come let me up. Can you hear me now? Come let me up. I have a black way out. Come let me up. Thank you.
Live from 95 WIIL Rock Studio East, it's Bad Wolves, all thanks to U.S. Army and Kraut Music Fest coming to Franksville June 8th through the 10th. So let's go ahead and dive into Zombie. I know that's probably what you talk about most, and hopefully you're not tired of talking about it. It's kind of a fascinating story, you know. So Dolores wrote the song, a protest song, back in '94, and you decided to cover it. What propelled you to decide to re-image the song?
Well, when we were writing the album, I kind of had like a ritual. I was going to a coffee shop and writing lyrics, and they would send me the instrumental stuff. And then one day I was waiting for my stuff to come, and Zombie was on the playlist. And I was a big fan of the Cranberries in the '90s, and I rediscovered the song. And when I was a kid, when Zombie came out, I was 14, and I didn't know what the meaning of the lyrics were. I thought it was about Desert Storm. Like, my father's a Vietnam veteran, my uncle is a Vietnam veteran, my cousins were in Desert Storm. A lot of the people in my family served in the military, and because of the lyrics, I just assumed that that's what it meant. And then I kind of went into the rabbit hole on the internet, finding out, you know, that it was actually about the bombing in Warrington where those 2 little boys were killed, and you know, the 1916 reference to Easter Rising, and it seemed to fit the tone of the record. And so we went in and we did it, and we weren't really sure if it was going to make the album. And then fast forward to December of 2017, I was in London on tour with Five Finger Death Punch, and I met Dan Waite, who works at our label. He's a family friend of Dolores. And we were on the fence of whether or not the song should be on the record. And I said, would you send it to her to get her approval? And then I went home for the holidays, and basically right after Christmas, Stan called and he said, Dolores loves the song, she wants to sing on it. And yeah, they didn't even believe me. The band was like, yeah, okay. And then and then we scheduled a recording session and flew her to London, and unfortunately she never made it into the studio that morning. And
It was that day, wasn't it?
yeah. And I think that we were kind of immediately we were like, okay, this, you know, we're gonna shelf the song. And then we started to make some phone calls, and then we had some conference calls, and the owner of our record label, Alan Kovac, managed the Cranberries through the height of their career. And then we contacted the family and basically came up with a plan that if we release the song, we're gonna make a tribute to her, and we're gonna donate all the proceeds to her 3 children. And that's what we did.
And it's just everything came together, like all the connections seemed to be there, that the song had to come out, and it has been amazingly huge. I mean, it's just been a phenomenal reaction. I mean, number one, and no one's ever done that on a cover song since 2016 for Sound of Silence. So this is a pretty cool thing. And then with what you've decided to do with the proceeds, and then your nod to her also in the video. If you haven't seen the video for Zombie, I'm getting chills. Like, I have chills right now just thinking about it. It's an amazing, amazing video. Can you talk a little bit briefly on that? Just why you wanted to?
Yeah, I mean, the video came together so quick, essentially because the song took off almost immediately. I think it came out on a Friday, and like that Monday, Howard Stern played it on his show. And so there was this huge swell. So things came together really quick, and we had a very, very legendary director, Wayne Isham, directed, and we didn't even really know what the concept. Well, I didn't. I don't know if Tommy did.
I didn't really know.
So it came together very quick, and the thing I loved about it was the simplicity. You know, there's not really a lot happening outside of that moment and that connection, and it was palpable on the set. You know, we were all it was just emotional the entire day. Every time we went through it, we kind of went through the ringer of the kind of heaviness of what happened. And I think it was captured on film.
Oh, I definitely believe that the emotions is right there at the forefront of that song. We have more to talk about, but I want to hear you guys sing again for me. If you don't mind, what are you going to sing next?
We can do you want to do Zombie next?
Yeah, I just have to tune in.
Okay.
All right, we are live from Studio East with Bad Wolves. We'll be hearing Zombie.
I'm going to stand up for this one. Oh, I'm too tall for this microphone stand.
Thanks for bearing with me, radio people.
Oh, they're not going anywhere. They're going to stay. They want to hear this.
You guys are trapped. You're stuck with us.
I think I'm in tune. All right.
All right, here we go. Bad Wolves with Zombie.
You ready, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. Silence, who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their drones. In your head, they are crying. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh. Mother's breaking heart is taking over. When the violence causes silence, who are we mistaken? It's the same old theme in 2018. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their drones. In your head, they are dying.
Live from 95 WIIL Rock Studio East, all thanks to U.S. Army Kraut Music Fest in Franksville, June 8th through the 10th. We're with Bad Zombies today.
The Bad Wolves Zombies.
I said zombies. Sorry, Bad Wolves, singing zombie.
Sure.
I mess up too, see?
That's okay.
It's all big. So people might know the name or the person who is your manager. I want to talk a little bit about how you got hooked up with him.
So Zoltan Bathory of Five Finger Death Punch manages our band. But we've all known Zoltan. We've known those guys for a long time. But you guys opened up.
Yeah,
for
my
them.
old band, God Forbid, toured with Five Finger in 2010 and 2012, and just been huge supporters. And that's one thing that's great about them is a lot of bands will say, "Hey, let's go on tour, let's do this," and not too many people actually reach the olive branch down the way they did. They really put their money where their mouth is in it consistently over many years. So I think that's incredible, especially for a band that's really at the top of the game. There's really, outside of the Metallica or a couple bands like that, they are really, at the top of the heap. And so that's really, that type of generosity is just, it's humbling, really.
And for someone with that kind of recognition, just to take a chance on a band, and he got you out. You've been on tour a lot.
Well, I think that, last year, it was about a year and a month ago. Oh, no, it was actually almost exactly a year ago. I was in Vegas for work, and I just stopped by his house and played him the video for Learn to Live, and he's like, "Wait, who is in your band?" And he's got a Hungarian accent. He's like, "That is Doc. He's my friend." I was like, "Yeah, I know." I was like, "And John, and that's Kyle." And all of us have opened up for Five Finger at one point or another. And he's like, "Oh, this is like my friend's band." And he's like, "Who's managing you?" And I was like, "You are." And he's like, "Okay."
You did not say that.
I swear to God, that's how I was like, "You
What
are?"
a fabulous story.
Yeah. And he's like, "Okay, let's do this." And that was it.